Alright guys, hi, Trinity here. Here we are again tonight. So earlier I did a video for you on origins of the tarot, what I think about when I look at the major arcana, what themes or stories come to mind just to remind me a little bit about the card. So card 13 would be the next one in the lineup because the last one I did was the Hangman. The Death card makes me think of Anubis or Inpu, which would be referring to decay. Okay? So, when I look at the Death card, I usually think of the Egyptian god of the afterlife. He had a man's body in a jackal's head. Okay? Anyway, Anubis wound up being, he kind of forfeited over being the god of the underworld to Osiris when he arrived, out of respect, and he wound up taking over the position of escorting new souls to the Hall of Two Truths. Okay? And instead of staying on one card for a long period of time, I'm going to move right along to card 14, which is Temperance. Temperance reminds me of the story of Adonis, who was the lover of Aphrodite, died young, passed away, went to the underworld with Hades. Hades was happy to have him. His wife was even happier to have him on the side without anybody knowing. And long story short, in the end, Adonis had to be split, just like Persephone, between the living world so he could be with Aphrodite and the underworld so he could be with Hades' wife still, part of the year. Okay? Next card is the Devil card. When I think of the Devil card, I think of sin, fear. I think of the collector of souls, Hades. Hades was the ruler of the underworld, the youngest of three brothers. He had Serenubis, his three-headed dog, guard his gates, who let people through but not out. Anyway, the Tower. When I think of the Tower, it reminds me of Shiva. Okay? Shiva was known as the god of destruction in Hinduism. Okay? It's kind of get rid of the old and bring in the new. Destruction. The star reminds me of the story of Pandora's box, where Pandora was crafted by one of Zeus's gods for one of his other gods for a revenge story, in short. But what it came down to is she was given the gift of curiosity by one of the goddesses. And then she's given this golden box and she's made to wear this golden key around her neck and then told, don't touch it, don't open it. She finally opens it. The first time it unleashes all the wicked and the plagues of the world. And then she feels guilty and opens it again and releases hope and guidance. So that Zeus felt that the world would have a chance to survive whatever wickedness there was. And if they did survive it, then they were meant to live. The Moon card. So what the Moon card reminds me of every time I look at it is Selene, the goddess of the moon that drove her chariot across the sky. It's not all it reminds me of, but some of what. The Sun card. Of course, this reminds me of Ra, the sun god, whose duty was to drive his sunboat across the sky and destroy darkness. Apophis tried to swallow the boat whole, and they say that's where an eclipse came from, but anyway, that's another story. He never succeeded. Ra wound up driving his boat across the sky for eternity. Judgment. When I think of Judgment, I think of Paris and the story of the Golden Apple, where Zeus threw a wedding for the gods, He invited everybody, but he did not invite the side of discord, because wherever she went there was discord. They didn't want her there. So she got pissed and stuck a golden apple on the gift table. And three of the goddesses, Hera, Aphrodite, and Athena, were all arguing over who was the fairest of them all, which is what the golden apple said on it. So this guy, Paris, who was like the ruler of judgment, had to judge. And of course he picked Athena because Athena promised him the best gift out of all three. Anyway, not going to go into a whole big spiel because it'll take us all night. I could talk and talk about this. The world card makes me think of Atlas. During the, I think it was the war between the Olympians and the Titans, Atlas rebelled against the Olympians and sided with the Titans. So what happened was Zeus condemned Atlas to hold up the heavens for eternity. So that's what the world card reminds me of. Anyway, guys, thank you. A little bit of mythology and history. If you like my videos, like, subscribe, and share. Have a good night, guys. Bye. Love ya.